Okay, live from Austin. I'm here with Bernard Golden of ActiveState. Bernard, how are you?
I am excellent today. And yourself?
I'm doing very well, thank you. So, you not only did a panel, but before that, you actually did a talk on Paas, standards, and open source. Can you just give a quick synopsis of what you talked about?
Well, I was asked to talk about standards and Paas, and in my experience, standards processes are very good for areas that innovation is not happening very rapidly, and that it makes sense to standardize so that people can innovate around a particular thing. Paas is still evolving quite rapidly, and the whole area of cloud computing is evolving very rapidly. There's a tremendous amount of innovation going on. So I guess my perspective is that it's probably too early to try and get to a standards step with Paas, but it is probably appropriate to look at how does open source get leveraged there, because open source has become kind of the place in the industry where a lot of innovation goes on, and I think that makes sense for Paas. So my expectation is the future of Paas is going to be in some sort of an open source offering that people then sort of package up and bundle and then add extensions around. So that was sort of the theme of my talk.
Cool. And then just to conclude with, what you've been outspoken around OpenStack. What are your latest thoughts about that and how you see that playing in the role of the evolution of the cloud industry?
Yeah. Well, a year ago I concluded that OpenStack was going to become the dominant open source offering in cloud infrastructure service, and I think that's been reinforced. Recent industry occurrences have sort of made that quite evident. I guess what I would say about OpenStack is I think it could be moving a lot faster if it was more focused on sort of getting the core stuff working and then letting other organizations evolve around that. It's taken on a lot, and I think maybe that's diffused its focus. And I think it's quite important that for the industry as a whole, not just the OpenStack project, for the industry as a whole, that really sort of come together and become an easily consumable kind of set of functionality, so that a lot of innovation can happen around it. So that's sort of where I would expect things to go to.
Awesome. Bernard Golden, thank you so much.
Thank you for the invitation.